So when you look at the steps ahead for the NFL, for the league, what do they plan to do here, Dan?
Well, obviously, this is someone who could face criminal charges if this is what happened, and so the league will the league can operate an investigation concurrent with a legal investigation. That's how these things tend to unfold. We're still very early in this process, so what we've heard from the league is gathering facts. What we've heard from the Cowboys is aware of the situation and no further comment at this time. That's the boilerplate stuff that we hear when incidents like this come up, which they do far too often, obviously. But it's too early to know where this leads. But obviously, if you bring it back to football for a second, the front seven's not really a place where the Cowboys can afford to lose people for any length of time. And this is the kind of thing that certainly could lead to a fine and, of course, a suspension.
Right. And, Darren, that brings me to you. I mean, you don't want to start a season without three key players, especially your star running back. How does a team prepare for the possibility at this point of the calendar year?
Well, this team has had to overcome a lot. They lose Randy Gregory through suspension. David Irving's another one of the D linemen that's going to be out probably at the beginning of the season. They're struggling as far as keeping bodies on the field, and I think that's the key right now. We understand what they are offensively. That's their identity. They run the ball, they control the clock, but defensively is where they've been weak. And without those bodies, without a Damien Wilson maybe to start the season, you're losing depth and you're losing personnel that you absolutely need. And we're talking about young, good, athletic football players that are young guys who are still growing. So, they're going to have some struggles to overcome early on with personnel.